Hey, Wendy. Can you hear me now? Katrina, hi. I'd hate to say that I have a lot of experience with this software and computers and stuff, because then you're going to wonder why I don't use it. So we're back. And it was totally my fault. So I'm going to just see what I can do without so much saving anything. If I can get the Seth afters open. Ordinarily, they don't open when you want them to, but when you don't want them to. I particularly like some of these. Now, basically, this one could be a new pull. And that is Seth Apter's Terracotta. What I did the other day that I knew I shouldn't was I put paint over the whole thing, which covered up everything on the old jelly. And that was Buff, and this is Turquoise. Now let's see where we're going from there. A little bit of green flash from that supposedly horrid, never used folk art. It's become one of my favorite paints. Now this over here will be a pickup print or a cleanup print with all that stuff I had under it the other day. Okay, now where are we going to go? Let's put some concrete. Just a blue balloon. Cat balloon. You have to be of a certain age. Now, that I like. Coolio. See, by just having some of the, there's some of our pinky brown from the other day. Cool. I like that. I'm going to use some white gesso today. And I'm going to get the green in Seth After. Come on, damn it. Swear to God, if you didn't want these open, they'd be flopping everywhere. Take a deep breath. There it goes. Use a little bit of that. And a little bit of Inky Pool. This one is Granny Smith and Inky Pool. Now, it would be a good idea, Vicki, if you picked out a couple of prints first. What do you say? Here's another blue one. This is back when I first started. Another blue one. See a booger from the other day. Can't read it. These grown-up glasses aren't very good. Jane Fonda. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they are pretty. And they're being fresco, they're chalky. A matte finish. Yeah, it kind of threw me too, girl. I had trouble. All right. Let's see what we got. A little bit, which is fine. I don't want to coat the whole thing. I don't know why he has two blues. They're so close together. This is, here we go, screenshot. I'm going to use Caribbean Sea. And I'm going to go back to this terracotta. If you want to order some of these paints, order them straight from Seth in New York. He's a little bit better on the price. Not too much. Been trying to get rid of this thing of gesso for, well, it's probably 12 years old, so I want to get rid of some stuff. Put the same one on. Getting a little bit too heavy in here, so I need to be careful with that. I'm thinking. Lord help us, she's thinking. Let's use this is not one of my favorite colors. I would never have thought that I would like this nickel azo gold. I'm more of a cool girl. I am cool. I wanted my bonds. Acacia iron oxide. There it is in the cheap paint bucket. Micaceous iron oxide. Oh. All right, now this time I'm going to put a stencil on. My circle eggs. Interesting color. I'm going to put some Martha Stewart Pearl. And this is antique silk. This is the one that we pulled twice. Third time's a charm, right? I'm just not real good with things that have step 1, step 2s because I don't pay attention. This is a stencil from DecoArt. Oh, I don't want you. Please go away. This is just looks like a roll-off print. DecoArt, and it's not Seth Apter. It is, what's his name? I can't remember. He's kind of like Seth. It'll come to me when we're off the air. Look at all that yummy goodness in there. This is more what I like. And now we're going to pull that off. And I'm going to do this one again. I also used heavier paper when I first started out. And I did both sides. A little bit, but not much. Okay, so what will make that better? Pinky pool. Pinky pool. It's the egg one. Oh, wait. Hello. Send a little bit through there. Now let's try this one again. Throw $20 worth of paint after a piece of paper. What's happening here is that the blue is getting dry before I pull the plate off, but you can see some of the patterning a little bit. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. That is the nickel azo, and it goes wonderful with the nutmeg-cacious, with the bronze. I've never seen a paint or gold paint this pretty. Oops. Oopsie. Here we go. This is number 5. Now, see? That's a little better. Let's use this one just for gets and chiggles. Now, this is what I love, except for that and that, but look over here. I feel better today. Let's see what y'all are talking about. You betcha. Oh, you want to see the papers more? Okay. There's the Nicolazo, quinacridone Nicolazo Gold, and there's another one that's not quinacridone, it's a different color. Oh, Seth? Okay. And the iridescent bronze is gorgeous. Okay. Does that work? These aren't the exact order, the kit that they came in. Ooh, Moonlight. I forgot about that one. Coffee. Midnight. Come off of there. And one more. Yellow Submarine. Oh, one more. I think he may have just come out with some new ones this last season. Blueberry. Squid Ink. Another turquoise. Mermaid. And London Night. All right. Can you see them? The name of the brand is Paper Artsy. It's an English brand. And it's a Seth Apter collection. He's got four collections of 4. And I bought mine from him. Straight from him in New York. Hey, Holly. Hey, Beck. Okay, now I'll show you. You got your screenshot? Okay. Now here's one in progress. Are you going to screenshot these? This is the one that got 6 or 7 layers on it. See, this is what I have a habit of doing. It's just getting, one of the layers has just got too much paint on it and it obliterates everything underneath it. And this one is a fave. Looks like rust. And this one is good. I have not done anything else on top of it. I don't think I'm going to. And that's all we've done so far. Any other questions? These little boxes and I are going to have a look. Okay, so those 2 are done. And I kind of think this one is done. I think they've been saved. Take me down to the river. Okay, we still work on that one. Let's do Moonlight and Mermaid. And for a stencil, just about that up here. I got that one I don't care for. I like this one. I've only got 6,000 stencils over there. I get the feeling, oh, this lavender. I get the feeling that they've been around a while. And as predicted, something with the trash. I mean, with the floor. Here's the tea. Now, in these kind of stencils that have small holes, you really have to dig down in there to get paper in contact with plate. Oh, I'm sorry, Joyce. I just about forgot. Now that's cool. It's not as white as it looks on the monitor. I've also been forgetting to put the stencil down to make marks so that underlayers can show through. You can see some of the stencil marks, but that's okay because we're building up to a real cool pull. When these colors start coming up, let's do this. This is a Deco Art metallic. Zinc. I was looking for the name. And I don't want to use white, so I'm going to use this buff. Here's a beauty. Ah, well, if I had a lunchroom table, it would be in the same shape. I forgot I had a stencil under. Look at those cool colors. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Now let's put this one back on. These little bit heavier papers, I don't know how many of them I have in that stack, but they're heavy enough they're not cardstock, but they're not text weight. They'd be heavy enough to make a book with the papers. Got some interesting sections through there. I really like it best on the white. Okie dokie. Let me see what we fell in the floor. I don't see. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. You can quit looking. Just building up the plate. That's the only green that I have, Granny Smith. squid ink. Looks like 1970. I don't want those white marks to be such standout. What else do I have up here? I've got this little one, and I've got that one. Ooh, this is a beauty. This is when I didn't have any stencils. The Hobby Lobby ones looked pretty good. I mean, the cheap Hobby Lobby ones. Hi, Debbie. Did you recover from your weekend? That squid ink is kind of a dark, neutral purple. Can I see it better right here in this circle? That one we know is going to get a few more. There it goes. Here's another beauty. I don't know if these with all the purple are going to turn into warm wonders, but just a piece of deli paper. That could be usable. I have a whole handful of blues. See? Now, where is that sweet little lavender? Debbie, we're using Paper Artsy Paints by Seth Apter. I mean, this is his collection. That was the terracotta. We'll give it a little hint of the Quinn Azul Gold. I never would have bought that color. Let's see. Stands all. This is the one we just messed with. And I am loving those colors. Let's do this one. I'm going to overlap it, get this area right over here, and then see what happens. The thing that's so delicious about jelly plates is, I don't care how much you think you're going to write down what you did, you never can duplicate them. So just go for it. Some of the strangest combinations. And then you never know what's going to pick up from previous pulls. Okay. Don't you dare fall off. Here's some green flash. Excuse me for reaching. I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on this. And London Night. I think the paint manufacturers helped invent the jelly plate. Oh, that's already got. I just screwed up. That's all right. Oh, I didn't know I pulled a sun, but it's on there now. Except a little off. Debbie, these are jelly prints I made when I started, probably 10 years ago. Wasn't too long after they first came out. And they've just been taking up space in a drawer. We got a twofer there. All right, let's get this cup under here that needed some help. Now, once you get the old paint activated, juicy, kind of wet and warm from working it like this, then it will start to peel up the stuff that you left on. I can't tell you how much I get ragged about my dirty plate, but that's okay. There's a little bit in there. That's certainly not stunning, is it? Caribbean Sea. and turquoise flash. I had big ideas of taking these big bottles and putting them into little ones, but I use it so fast. Okay, so we've got sheer and we've got not sheer. That I need to pick up because that was the gesso we took it off. I'm going to put this one down again because it's kind of, well, no, that's going to get, it's all right. Let's put the transparency over here, the sheer. And see, this is what I do all the time. I end up just covering what's under there, which is okay because there wasn't much under there worth keeping. But a stencil will bring that back. See how that edge is fine. We need some more nickel azo. Mahogany. Like it makes a difference what I pick out. Use some of this London Night, that dark purpley grayish color. Okay. And I like the way everybody's jellies are different. I'm going to use the one I just did, even though it's still wet. All right, we saved it. Well, I knew we would, but see? That's usable now. Okay, lay over there then. Now let's get this one that we had. We just did one thing on it. Let me see if y'all need me. Nobody needs me. Hey, River City. Bye, Holly. Oh, God, I bet. I'd be hurting everywhere. I'm just glad I'm having a better day with this today. Let that be a lesson to everybody. Not too much. That one's kind of yuck. Okay, now what? Now what? Just because it doesn't make any difference. This is Purple Flash. with some pink flash. And a little bit of white. I've got too much paint. Easter eggs. This is what I'm going with this one. Got a nice hole in it. Debbie, I monitored, I know you're in science, but whatever you call it, when I visited an 8th grade art class one morning, or one day, I got, I don't know, 5 maybe classes. I would shoot myself. I had to do that every day. Nah, that's too close to the same color. Come on, come on, come on. Pick one, pick one. That was some alcohol. We were testing a school, a unit or something, a 6-week unit where the art was used to explain math, science, geography, something else, math maybe. Some pretty color. School wanted the program so bad that the people from California that did the curriculum part of it wanted $35,000 for 6 weeks, and Arkansas schools don't have that. Here's my chocolate folk art metallic. This is yummy. That's some copper. And some of this luscious light gray tone lavender. I think one of the things I like so much about his color choice is that they're not in your face colors, they're neutrals. Yes, my desk was clean when we started. I'm looking for a stencil. Here's an old jelly. How about that? And some of y'all that came in later missed my prep for my JB5 event tomorrow with the art bar. I had about 23 sheets of, 1 or 2 coats of jelly print on neon paper. oh, schedule. Anyway, I had already done an extra composition book when I was doing Shannon's stuff. I'm going to use this one with the hole in it. So I pulled it and covered 20 of the pages in the comp book with those neon papers. So it's already got a cohesive look. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to plan those things. Now, what I keep saying all the time I like are neutrals. See, even this is neutral. No bright primary colors. More of that. This, that, and the other. Boy, stuff flies out of there. It's a good thing I don't have a life outside of art anymore. Oh well, it wouldn't matter if I did. I'd still walk around in old clothes with paint all over them. That's the Micaceous. Use the same stencil. Nope, I don't want that one. I want one of these. One of these. That one's already got a bunch of splotches on it. I'm going to stop here in a minute and go to my idea journal. My desk was clean. Well, that was the gesso, not one. So I thought I was crazy for putting that one back on there because of the faded purple and the faded orange, but it worked out pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to dance this with some alcohol. What do I want to put with it? I'm going to put a little white. This is the one we've been messing with. Kind of getting interesting. Let's flip this plate around. And get some yummy goodness over here. Hurry, hurry. I'm using it because it's awfully bright. I'm beginning to get some of the texture stuff. See in here? That's what I like. A little bit of the bronze. I'll put this right in the middle where that big white glop is. All right. See what that dirty plate gets you? Okay, now I'm going to put a little Ozo Gold. Look like grungy old buildings in Europe. I'm liking that now. Oh, Teresa, the alcohol just breaks down the paint, makes it a little more liquidy. Bye, Debbie. Hi, Violet. No, I never clean my plate, River. I'm one of the grungier plate users, I think. I'm going to put some more of that Nicolazo down. Because that works really well with all the blue that was on that. And the alcohol just gives you a different pattern. Let's see if I can find something in here. Here's some. It just kind of changes and leaves marks, brush marks and stuff. Beyond that, we'd have to ask the science teacher. All right. Get some more. Just for gets and sugars. This is the Caribbean Sea. Real thin coats. And I may get tired before I get all this stuff out. This is how I clean. Because I want all those crusty bits. And I was using this side of the plate to roll as, to roll my roller off on. That worked out really well there. Right now we need to do something over there. Something. Okay, now we're going for this. Is that right? They both use a little bit. Okay, good, cool. I'll show you the whole thing here in a minute. I could still use some of it in there. A little. There. I'm going to use this little baby and I'm going to do a pull-up print. Did you get off of that what you might have wanted? Okay. One pull-up print. Oops. That'll do it. A little bit thicker so that the paint underneath will have something to hold to. And the paper will have something to pull. I think I just made that up. And I'm going to use this right here because it doesn't have a whole lot on it. It'll cover up all what's on there. But then we're going to let that sit for just a second. Hey, Jacqueline. Yeah, and feel free to private message me anytime if you have a particular question that I did not cover. Feels like there's something under the plate right there. They're very sensitive. Nope, not yet. Not yet. I sometimes wonder if the heat from your hand helps. This is deli paper, so it's a little bit stronger. And that little bit of a coating, clay coating, keeps it from completely falling apart. Yeah, to get it, some of it in. Oh yeah. Put all those little bits of whatever we played with Tuesday and today. We've got some turquoise going on in there. Cool, I picked up a little in that white spot. Cool. Now, there's your screenshot. That looks like an old wall that has been peeling, and somebody came along and put some whitewash on it. And now, because they didn't prime it, they put latex or something on top of oil, and now it's just all coming off. Ta-da! I feel better about my jellying. Okay, move that right there. We'll put the lid back on this, just as it is. How'd that look? And this is what we use all those pretty papers for. See, this was my mood the other day, wasn't it? It's kind of all over the place. But then I kind of salvaged it here. And since we've got turquoise on that side, I'll put some on this side. Different color. I like using a credit card over any other tool, because you don't have to clean it, and you can scrape it good enough to get the paint thin so it'll dry while you're deciding what to put on it. I call this my idea journal, because if I wanted to, I could look through here and find something that I might want to make bigger. Now, I don't paint like that, abstracty big things, but that doesn't mean that I won't someday. Always kind of hurts to tear them up. That's what we did them for. These were earlier for those of you who came in later. Oops. Speak to me, speak to me. I'm going. And this is intuitive. This is not thinking or planning, and you don't use a cutting machine. You just use the edge of a steel ruler. And if your ruler has a fork on the back like this one does, turned upside down. This paper's still a little bit damp, so this gives you not only an organic edge, but it also is an edge that will help glue down better. I'm going to get rid of all these edges because I don't know what I'm going to do. Hee-haw, hee-haw. And if they don't have any paint on them, I usually just throw them away. And if they have something on there that's worth keeping, you never know when you're going to need a little bit of something. Something. Excuse me, my nose is running. I need to make some washi tape. I don't think I have any left down here. I made some with gold leaf. I don't see it. I don't see any. Okay, now what are you going to do? Mithy? I'm going to use the Martha Stewart. It's called glitter. It looks like glitter. It's called Florentine Gold. But actually all it is a gold mica suspended in acrylic medium. I'll let that dry just a minute. There's my handy dandy Shannon Green custom keeper. These are smaller pieces that, this is some of my paper that I did last summer with rosemary. That might work. I need to clean these up. And what I'm doing here is nothing. I'm just waiting for something to jump out and grab me. Maybe. Maybe. And then the secret to it is putting it up when you get through, which I just tuck it in the book and close it. Got some cool little bits in here. More blues. This is one of my Daddy Van's tissue paper experiments. That's enough. That's enough for right now. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's go. Oh, that was for over there. Yeah. I see my chat moving. Thanks, Teresa. These are all the papers I have made. And the point, there really isn't a point. There's nothing wrong with buying papers, but you can get just what you like this way. going to be about like that. And sometimes, depending on the paper, the back side of your print looks better than the front. Not in that case, but some of that right here. And this is just a cheap old uh, journal that I picked up at the Goodwill. I've got one full already. And when I get this one full, I'll take the hard cover off of them and bind them into a leather wrap cover, which will give them a little more importance. I don't think I want to mess with that. Put it on right there. Put that on there. I'm down to this one and 3 more of these big oohoos. And that's been over a year on a dozen. So that is pretty much cost effective. They cover a lot of ground. And archival and quick to dry and all that. But I have really started to enjoy journaling when I got finished with the wet stuff. There's that little flap of paper. Now is a fine time to tell me, Lucille. Da-da. No harm, no foul. I'm just going to leave that kind of loose. Got that on there, that on there. I meant to put this on first, but I did it. But I can get it under there. Has a little bit of an open time. See, there you go. I don't care so much about centered as I do straight. It's pretty good. Yeah. I am going to put that down because it's just going to fall off. I'm kind of symmetrical today, so I'm going to put it right there. These are all different kinds of papers too. This one is rice paper. And they just all add to the texture of what you're making. There, I'm not going to use that, but I am going to get in the sumi. Well, y'all made me mess up my desk today. And I'm just going to stamp that wet. Right there. Oh, yeah. Quit by your head. Now there. Aren't we just pretty? Oh, thanks, Teresa. It's really inexpensive, Gail. If you live somewhere that you can, that you have an Oriental store or sometimes even an Asian market where they sell Asian stuff, you can find it there. Julio. You're so sweet, Teresa. Okay. What time is it? 5:40. Ooh, I like the way that looks right there. Cool. I'm happy. Now, contrast that with 2 days ago when I wasn't happy. I could do another one, but I think I'm going to quit. Y'all have been great. Don't forget to like me on the way out the door. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you'll know when I go on. And I'm going to leave this mess right here. Tomorrow is my online JB5s with the art bar. I got that on. Everything over here is closed. We did some good today. For y'all that didn't come in time, this is what I was talking about with my JB5 book. I'm going to cover the facing page with coffee dyed paper towels. So these I did some early jelly printing, but I didn't know what I was doing. So no, I mean I still don't, but we're not going to claim it. There are some cool neutral backgrounds, and that'll be a good basis for my whatever I decide to do tomorrow. I believe that's dry enough. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do with these. And that one would have made it, I could have used that in the kind of work I'm doing now because the yellow is completely obliterated. And this is a pretty good print. Well, all right. That one is still a little bit damp. All right, you guys. I'm going to let you out early since you were good. Thanks, River City. Thanks, Joycey. Tomorrow the art bar. I think it's going to be live. I think that red tape just as crooked as it can be. It's okay. Maybe if I do it that way, maybe that's better. Glad you like it, River City. All right, me tired. I'm going to the cozy chair. See what's going on in the world today. Oh God, maybe not. Maybe I just turn something else on. Okay, I love you guys, and I will see you next Tuesday. And unless I get a wild hair to do something over the weekend.